Hi everyone, my name is Brendan. I'm building out a 2001 Ford Econoline for our client, and today I'm going to be installing a swivel seat base. I know there's other videos on installing swivel seat bases in Econoline vans, but I feel like a few of them missed a couple points that would be helpful for anybody else doing this project. It is a super common project, totally recommend it. It changes the usability of your van pretty much like nothing else. One of the easiest mods you can make to make any sort of camper van, adventure van, whatever you want. So I got a seat base off of shopforseats.com. I haven't used one of these before, but so far the build quality looks good. I know it fits, having just mocked this up briefly to make sure that everything was going to go well. And I learned that you need a T55 Torx head to get the bolt out. Those are the front bolts for the seat, and then you're going to need an 18mm socket to get the rears out. I found that it's easier to take the seat and base out together and then take the seat off of the base. So that's already been done. I've already taken the seat off the base. So what I'm going to show you now is what it looks like to take the base out of the van, and then what we do from there to get the swivel seat from shopforseats.com back in place. Alright, so we have the base in here. Again, the base is attached to your seat, or imagine it's attached to your seat. And so we're going to be taking the whole thing out. So we only need the 2 tools to do this. Well, I guess 3 if you include a screwdriver. We need the screwdriver to get this clip. It slides out of the one that's attached to the seat base and to the seat. So this is some wiring that goes to that. The electrical connection that would be to know if the seatbelt is on or not. So we're gonna come back to that. We're gonna try and find a way to keep this hooked up at all times, even with the seat in its forward position and swivel position. So again, all we need are the T55 Torx. That's gonna come from this side. You're gonna be able to do this quite easily. There's a lot of room in here. And then you're gonna come to the back side. You're gonna put your 18mm socket on. You'll come from back here and you'll just come through, and you can do this from here. Once you get the 18mm nuts off of the rear studs that are coming out of the body, and the T55 bolts that are holding the front down, you have to remember that the seat base needs to be lifted off. So I actually found it's either you need to come in from here, and imagine again that the seat's here, but there's not a lot of room for your arm, but you can do that. But if you do, I would just do that and tip it back. But you can't just rock it back. You have to actually lift it up off of the studs. So once you have the seat base off, now we can show you that these pads are mated to, like, these are fit to actually hit to the metal surface of the van floor. So we're going to be talking about how to get this rubber mat out of here and out of the way. And then also these are the holes that then allow you to get a socket, an extension down to the seat base, which has a 15mm nuts on that. So a lot simpler to do that on either the van floor, out on the bench, even out on the ground. Much easier to do that than to try and do it from the bottom, kind of upside down here. So we'll get this out of the way. And now we'll take our seat base. Again, we got this from shopforseats.com. So what we need to do now is we need to trace this base to the rubber mat and get the rubber mat out of there. There's also some insulation under there, and we're going to get that out so that there's a tight connection, that this is bolted down to the floor, and that there's no chance for this to move or change position. So a couple ways that could be done doing this. You could trace this out if you could find a marker that could mark this rubber the way it is, blue tape, things like that. I'm going to use the blue tape, and then I'm going to use some shears to cut it out. I think that'll be a good way to do it, to get nice straight lines and have a nice finished cut that will look nice. You still will have some white showing here, Unfortunately, now I need to put the blue tape down. Okay, following some of these curves where the mat is molded changes the angle a little bit, but we'll be able to correct for that when we use the scissors. Okay, so I've got some shears. Use these for all sorts of things. Super handy to have around if you don't have them. And you could use a knife. The only hesitation that I have with a knife, there's two cautions that I have. One is if you go too far down, you get into the metal, you've now disrupted the paint, so you're just introducing another place that it could get some rust, and over time. The other is that this wire runs through here, as far as I can tell, and so I want to make sure that I don't cut this wire, and with a knife that's a lot harder to ensure than with scissors. So I can feel there's the insulation under there. And it is just insulation, so we'll go ahead and cut through the insulation as well. Okay. So we've got that out. Again, clean cut. This is where I got to be careful. There's a wire running through here. Just want to make sure. Maybe I'll just cut the rubber side of this, and then we'll come back and cut the insulation. So here's our wire right here. So you don't have to worry about that. I'll get this insulation out now. There we've got the mat. To take this out, you just need a Phillips screwdriver. You need a Phillips screwdriver and some sort of pry bar. This is a great toolkit to have. It's super on Amazon. They sell these, I think they're interior automotive. I forget the key words for them, but they're these plastic pry bars and tools that they sell in a kit. And they make working on the interiors of cars so much easier. In this case, these fasteners, they don't like to come out. They're meant to be used multiple times, but they truly are kind of just a single use. But the way these work is you unscrew the inside of it. Sometimes it stays in there, and then this pops out. And so when the screw goes down into this, it wedges this out and then makes that a fastener. So you can buy replacements of these if you need them. These work all right, but I do find that they don't like to come out. So this, we're going to remove the wire, pull here. So now we just have this little bit of insulation to cut out. This is pretty tough stuff. So again, I think you could do this with a sharp knife, some shears, some tin snips. These scissors are working quite well, but it's much easier to do this separated from the plastic than it was all together. So that's what we have. Looks like this is also clipped down. I want to have this wire come out up here so that it comes above the base of the base plate of the swivel base. So I'm going to need to remove this, and then I'm going to want to vacuum this up and make sure that it's nice and clean. These are usually just compression fittings. Again, these are, when you have a tool like this, it makes it a lot easier. So now this is going to come to the back side. Just want to make sure that the base fits. like we can trim a little bit right there. We did pretty good. I think we'll just trim it a little bit more, give ourselves just a little bit of room here so that it's not wedged in there, or actually back there. That looks pretty nice. And then we'll clean this up, we'll bolt it in, and we'll see how it goes. We've got this cleaned up. I have some foil tape. You buy this foil tape. It's sold in the like HVAC departments at the big box stores. I really like it for these vans. There's so many holes in these vans, and when you're building them out, these holes actually go through down to the ground. So you want to cover up any holes that you uncover. So we've got this cleaned up, trimmed up, got that tape on. Now we are good to put the base on, hopefully for the last time. So I found if I put the front end first. So now I've got a nice secure attachment. It's metal to metal. Okay, so there we have it. Our seat base is in. We are tight. We have our wire coming out the back. Let's see how this swivels. Again, these are, so that's your swivel seat right there. And it only locks in this one position, which is right there. So it's only going to lock in your forward position. They say it's not advised to drive with it in any other position than forward facing due to this locked mechanism. It's only to be locked when it's facing forward. So let's put the seat on and let's see how it goes. I will say that with the seat, make sure that the tracks are in the same position. They can, once you take the base off of it, those tracks can move independently. So you want to make sure that the tracks are in the same position when we go to put it back on this. And there we go. So what I'm going to do is loosely attach these. I'm not going to tighten them down. I just want to make sure that I understand how this all works before I hook it up any farther. So right now the seat is in its fully back position, and at least on the Transit you typically have to have the seat almost all the way up in order to clear the side here, but we're gonna see what happens. So right now I'm hitting in this back corner, so that tells me that it can't be fully back. So we're going to slide the seat forward, and it clears the front here, it clears the back plastic here, and that allows us to then rotate. And then from here you can move in any position. That, and then you can recline. And this is one of the best seats in the house, I promise you. But it is common that with these seats you have to have them in a certain position to make them swivel. It's not in any position, and a lot of times the seat back also has to be nearly vertical, if not vertical. So I'm going to have it in the vertical position. I'm going to go back to figuring out where it needs to be to swivel. I think we can tighten it down. We can figure out this electrical, make sure it works, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so we've got the seat in, and then we talked about the wiring. It worked out really well. So the wiring comes out right here, out from the floor and the base. And then what I've done is I've just left a loop here, and there's 2 extra holes in this handle mechanism that I was able to fit a zip tie in. And I was able to zip tie the wire to this. The plugs are here, they're safe, they're not touching anything. They are rattling around a little bit, so I probably will find a way to zip tie those up just to make sure that they're not rattling when you're on a rough road. But it allows for the seat to swivel, and then when it's in its closed position, you still have some play here in the wire. Nothing's tight, nothing is pinched, and so I feel good about that. And I like that the factory wiring harness is still intact and is plugged in. We're not modifying anything, so this should be good for many, many years to come. All right, we did it. We got a swivel seat installed in this van. Super happy with the way it turned out. Again, I got this seat base off of shopforseats.com. Worked out really well, and I'm really happy with it. We were able to work out the wiring, which again, in some of the videos that I watched, no one really dealt with that and made sure that that was going to work. Some people said that you had to hook it and unhook it every time you wanted to use a swivel seat. I didn't like that as an application, especially for a customer. So I'm glad that we were able to get that worked out. So here it is. You put the seat and it's all the way forward in upright position, and you're good to swivel. The swivel is actually really nice, really quiet. Allows you to get that really anywhere you want it. You can sit in this in any position that you want based on what you're using the van for. But then when you sit in it, it's super comfortable, and then you can recline back. The more forward and back you are, the more you can recline it. These are super comfortable seats. I know we use them all the time when we use our van. Not even camping, just sometimes when you're stopped at a rest stop, you just want to be able to relax, and this really changes the space. This van's going to have this seat here, a seat over here, as well as some seating back in the bed area. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities here to just relax and enjoy wherever it is that this van is going to be. Super happy for my client. She's going to be using this seat in this van all over the country, and I hope she sees you down the road. I hope I see you down the road. Alright guys, thanks for watching. This is one of my first videos, especially here on YouTube, and so I'm looking forward to going down this journey with you. I've got a lot more to do to this van. I have a Ford Transit van that I'm also working on, so let me know if there's things that you want to see. Put them in the comments below, and we'll try and make some more videos for you. But again, I'm having fun. Hope you are too. Cheers.